What is going on, guys? Lildogdog here, and today I've got a mini quest guide for you. This time I'm bringing you Once Upon a Time Part 2. This is Flashback. This is the follow-up to Foreshadowing and the first of 4 mini quests that are taking place this year and the lead up just as like a 2020 celebration of quests because of 20 years of RuneScape. If this quest guide helps you, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out my other videos. I make some, in my opinion, great guides. If you haven't used them, you should really start. Let's get into the requirements, and then I'll show you how to do the quest. So the requirements for this quest are only that you have completed the Foreshadowing mini quest. There's a guide for that quest on my channel, so if you haven't finished that and you want to do this quest, go ahead and check that out. It's another funny mini quest that you can do. There are no skill requirements, and there are no item requirements. So to start this quest, you're going to want to go to Death's Hourglass, which is just north of the Drainer Lodestone. So from the lodestone, you're going to want to walk north and enter Death's Hourglass. It's on the south side of this little area here. And then from where you're teleported in, walk north and a little east and enter Closure Study. When you walk in, you're going to want to walk north and talk to Closure. You're going to have to go through this little queue here. And Closure is going to tell you that Relomia is back and has taken some biographies. Accept the quest, and then he's going to tell you that she came through, took these biographies, and it's a big deal because if she edits it, it can change the course of people's lives and even kill them. And she's got a thing out for you, so you should probably try and fix the problem. He's going to show you his memory here and shows you that he can replay memories, and he shows you where Relomia comes and she steals the books. All right, so that was a bit of a funny cutscene. Now, once that's done, he's going to tell you that because she said she was thirsty, you should probably head to the Blue Moon Inn, which is where the first mini quest took place. So we need to go to the Blue Moon Inn, which is just north of the Varrock Lodestone. So we're going to home teleport to Varrock. And from the Lodestone, run north into the Blue Moon Inn. It is just to the east. Once you walk into the inn, you're going to get a cutscene here where one of the people in the bar tells you that Relomia has left a note for you, and you're like, oh, I don't have time for fans. He doesn't really know who you are. Don't have such a big head. So once you get the note in your inventory, you're going to want to read the note, and it's going to tell you that she's bored or something like that, but it's a misspelling, and it tells you that you need to go to the Jolly Boar Inn, which is just to the northwest of the lumber yard. So run north to the Jolly Boar Inn, which is near the lumber yard. I just struggle to say that apparently. You're going to want to go. You can go out the east door or out the north door. I went out the north door. Once you make it into the Jolly Boar Inn, you're going to want to run all the way south to the bar, and she can be found standing against the bar. Talk to her, and you'll find her as she's scribbling stuff out in the biographies. And she says that she's not scribbling stuff out about you, but about people who know you and that you've helped. And she doesn't want you to be so great because she doesn't like that you're always the hero. She eventually gives you the biographies back, and now we need to take those back to closure. So we're going to home teleport to Draenor once again and return to Death's Hourglass. So enter Death's Hourglass once you teleport to Draenor. Run north into Closure's study. And then you're going to want to talk to Closure by running through the queue. Immediately upon providing him with the books, he realizes what Relomia has done, and he already kind of knew because there are 3 new dead people you've interacted with that she has killed by changing their biographies. Those 3 people are Ozan, Ava, and Merlin, and he says that it's your responsibility to restore those memories because you were there so that he can restore their lives and bring them back to life. Once that's done, we're going to want to walk south, and we're going to talk to Ava first, who is the northwest person. So talk to Ava, and then it's going to eventually bring you into memory after a small dialogue here. Once you're in the memory, Closure is going to explain that you have to change 3 things in this room to make sure the memory is correct, because those 3 things Relomia have drastically changed it and wound up causing the character to die during this interaction. So once the dialogue ends, the first thing you're going to want to do is interact with the One-Iric manipulator in your inventory and select the first chat option to play the memory. The memory will play here, and where it shows that Ava is murdered by the cow leet killer, which took place in the animal magnetism quest. But this isn't actually what happened in the quest, so we need to fix that. Once the memory has played, we need to change the 3 things in this room. The first thing we need to do is change the spooky clock to a wardrobe. You're going to want to interact with your character and change your answer to 2 undead chicken. And you want to change the lever B on the wall into a lever. Now, there are going to be a lot of jump cuts during this part of the video because I was trying to figure this out as I did it, and I couldn't exactly remember, other than the undead chicken, what exactly took place during this quest. But once I have all this stuff changed to what I have written on screen, you can interact with your One-Iric manipulator and select play, and the memory will play through correctly with your character leaving and Ava surviving. All right, so once that memory's done, you're going to want to talk to Ozan next. And then once in Ozan's memory, you're going to want to interact with the One-Iric manipulator and select play again to play his memory, where he dies. So now that that memory is done, we're going to want to first enter the portal because we need to change 3 things in this memory. The first thing we're going to change is the cart down below on the drop, and we're going to click on it to make sure that there is hay in the cart. Once you've done that, enter the portal to get back on top of the bank, and the first thing we're going to do is interact with your player character and choose the first chat option to jump first. Next, you're going to want to talk to Ozan and select the second chat option to jump second. And then that will do it for this, and you're going to want to interact with the One-Eye Manipulator and select play. Now it's time for the last memory, and we're going to want to talk to Merlin. So you're going to be brought into Merlin's memory here, which is when we save Merlin during Merlin's crystal. And we're going to want to play the memory first by using the One-Eye Manipulator. In this room, we need to change the 3 things. Those 3 things are the crystal to change it into a giant crystal. We need to change the Merlin Sucks shield on the west wall to change it to a wall shield. And we need to interact with our player character to change our answer to Excalibur because we do not want Merlin getting shot by a cannon. Once you've done all that, select play on the One-Eye Manipulator. Merlin will be freed and we'll be all done with this portion of the quest. So once you get back out of Merlin's memory, you should be done. We're going to want to go back and talk to Closure. Closure is going to thank you for restoring the memories, and that is going to be quest complete. That is it for me, guys. Thank you for watching so much. If this helped, be sure to check out my other videos, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Appreciate you.